My first video was titled An IT Guy Reviews a 2013 Kia Soul. That was in September of 2013, and in just a couple of months from the making of this video, I will have had this vehicle for 2 years. And one of my fans on the original video said, hey, can you follow up on that and tell me how that car's doing? So I wanted to do that. I have a couple things I'm going to nitpick about, nothing major. But I just wanted to go over a couple of things that have happened since I bought this vehicle. One of the things people will notice is I now have this bug guard, or essentially it's a rock guard. I had a real big problem with the front of this car getting rock chips on it. So much so that I took the car to Kia and complained enough times that they finally fixed the paint on the front. In fact, they repainted the front of the car for me, just the hood. So basically, everywhere underneath this particular shield has been repainted. But then I bought the shield and put it on there so I wouldn't have to have it painted again sometime in the future. So the car really takes a beating when it comes to rock chips. And so again, the whole front of this car has been repainted. In fact, even here on the plastic part, the bumper, I suppose, has also been repainted. And the car, I found, chips really easy when it comes to the paint. We're now inside the vehicle, and as you can see from my odometer here, I now have 41,477 miles on it. And it's really not 105 degrees outside, but it's pretty hot as of the making of this video. So you can see my average miles per gallon as of late has been 27.5 miles per gallon. I have found that if I use the Eco switch, which you'll see here, when I use that, if I use it on the highway, it does give me better gas mileage. Not by much, but just a small amount. And when I run Eco, the car really has no power at all. I mean, it is, well, I don't want to say no power at all. I mean, it's not like it won't go, but it hesitates a lot. The get up and go is pathetic. And I'm going to demonstrate something for you. I'm going to take it for a little spin here in a second. I'm in my driveway now. I'm going to take it for a little spin here, and I want you to hear what my engine sounds like when I climb a hill and when the car revs up at high speed. And maybe some of you out there could, who are mechanically inclined, could tell me what it is that I'm hearing. I think it's some kind of a vibration, but I'll play that for you here in a moment. One other thing this car is very susceptible to is not only rock chips like you saw on the front, but it's also very susceptible to chipping on the actual windshield here. So my camera's not doing a real good job of showing you one of my recent chips here, trying to focus on it. But I have 3 chips on the front of my car, all of which have been repaired. There's one flying by there. And then down here towards the front, you can see there's another one kind of in front of the blue trash can there, the one with the black lid. And then, let's see, there's another one down here. I don't know if I can see it. There it is right there on the middle left of your screen. So it's really been frustrating because apparently the way this vehicle is designed, it almost works against, it's, I don't know what you call it. Aerodynamically, it is not supportive of rocks flying off the car, but instead there's a lot more resistance due to the shape of the front of the car. Both the hood, as we saw earlier, and the front windshield itself tend to take the impact of such rocks and other debris rather violently. So you can see there, that's kind of coming up into focus there on the screen. So again, not real pleased with the fact that I have a car that's a 2002, it's a 2002 Saturn. It has never gotten a rock chip on the windshield. And I've only had this car 2 years, and I have 3 chips on the front. And the front has been repainted. Now, you may not think these are a big deal, but, they're kind of bothersome for me, especially for a new car. Going back to the 41,000 miles that it has on it, it still has the original tires, still has the original brakes, and really all the original equipment in it. Of course, it's had regular oil changes and that kind of stuff, but haven't had to replace anything mechanically on this car in the 2 years that I've owned it. So it's definitely living up to its warranty. It's behaving itself, I guess. So let's take the car for a spin up the hill in my neighborhood and listen to what this thing sounds like. And I'll go ahead and put it in eco mode because it almost exaggerates this kind of behavior. Watch this. Here we are on the same stretch of road that I made my original video, and I'm going to turn around this corner up here and kind of simulate what it might sound like if I'm getting onto a exit ramp, and it's the initial lift that you hear this noise. Here we go. There it was. Did you hear that? It sounds like a small airplane. It's a vibrating noise. And the sound actually drives me completely insane when it does it, although it doesn't do it all the time. It does it enough that it's irritating to me. It's like, why would a car sound like that? Let's see if we can get it to do it again. So hopefully I had enough examples there of that sound that you heard what it was doing. It kind of makes a brrr noise. It's like the car's cold. It's going brrr, you know. Drives me crazy. But in any case, I've had a lot of trouble with it hesitating lately. And one of the things I attempted to do was put some fuel injector cleaner in it. And when I put the fuel injector cleaner in, it continued to, well, it actually sounded better after I did that. And then the next fuel up, I put more gas in it, and then it went back to being kind of hesitant again. So I'm thinking it could be bad gas. But I'm going to try some higher octane gas and see if that helps the issue. In fact, I put some octane booster in the gas that I'm running right now, but it doesn't seem to really do a whole lot for me. The car, the Kia doesn't have a lot of pep. It doesn't have a lot of get up and go. You have to kind of beg and plead with it to get going. And this, of course, is the base model, not the Plus or the Exclaim. The other thing that I wanted to say is I like the way it sits. I like when I'm sitting in the car, it feels like I'm sitting in a big SUV. A little more cramped than a big SUV, but it just has that feel to it. And then when you get out of the car, you step out and down out of the car. So a little car like this would be very helpful for an older person who has trouble, lifting themselves out of a standard vehicle that sits really low. This car is really good for that. Cargo space is very minimal. You're going to need some other kind of camper shell or something on the roof to take it camping. It just simply does not have enough room for a family of 4. If I had my choice and I could go back in time, or if Kia happened to be watching this video and wanted to offer me a newer vehicle, I would definitely want a Kia Optima instead. I really like the Optima. I test drove one recently, but just can't do it. Can't add any more debt than I already have. So in any case, if you haven't watched my original video, please go back and watch the first video I did with the full review, and share this with a friend, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching.